Baby Brains, the smartest baby in the whole world by Simon James. Front cover, spine, back cover, title page, Baby Brains by Simon James. Connect this book with your vocabulary words. Certainly, embarrassed, languages, mumbled, popular, study. In the months before Baby Brains was born, Mrs. Brains was very busy. She read out loud every night to the baby inside her tummy. She played music and languages on her headphones to her baby during the day. Mr. and Mrs. Brains wanted to make sure their baby was going to be very smart. Languages, that is one of your vocabulary words. And languages are words spoken by different large groups of people, sometimes from other countries. So in our classroom, we would hear two different languages. You would hear it with one of the students speaking Spanish, and I speak Spanish too, so I know two languages. They even turned up the television when the news came on. Mr. and Mrs. Brains were very excited when their baby was born. It was a boy, our very own Baby Brains, said Mr. Brains proudly. There's the baby. When they brought him home from the hospital, Mrs. Brains laid him down in the brand new crib. Sleep tight, Baby Brains, she whispered. The next morning, Mrs. Brains was on her way to get breakfast when she heard some strange noises in the living room. Mrs. Brains opened the door to see her baby sitting on the sofa, reading the morning paper. Oh, look at him, he's sitting right there. He's so tiny, reading the newspaper. By afternoon, Baby Brains was fixing the car. We certainly have a bright one here, said Mr. Brains. Certainly is without a doubt. That is one of your vocabulary words. Look at him. He's all tiny, fixing the car, and his dad is helping him. That is so cute. That evening, Baby Brains spoke his first words. I'd like to go to school tomorrow, he said. Look at him, he's telling me, I want to go to school. The next day, Baby Brains visited the local school. He sat down with the children and answered all the questions. The children were amazed. Look at him, so cute, raising his hand. He's like, I know. Pick me, teacher. At the end of the afternoon, the teacher thanked Baby Brains. I don't think I've ever learned so much in one day, she said. Oh, even the teacher learned from him. On the way home, Baby Brains said he wanted to go to college and study medicine. Oh my goodness, he is a very smart one. Look, he's talking to his mommy right there. Study, that is one of your vocabulary words. Study means to take time to learn. So he wanted to learn medicine. After just 2 weeks, Baby Brains began working as a doctor at the local hospital. He was very popular with all the staff and patients. Look at him checking. He's listening for a heartbeat. Popular is one of your vocabulary words, and popular means liked by a lot of people. Popular. Word soon spread about the extraordinary Baby Brains. Everyone wanted to meet him. Look at him, he's even in the newspaper. He's becoming very famous. One night, some space scientists called. They asked if Baby Brains would like to help with their next space mission. Look at the parents are like, oh no, what is he getting into now? There he is on a phone call with the scientists. The following day, Mr. and Mrs. Brains and their baby traveled to the Space Center. Look, there's the Space Center. After training hard over the weekend, look at him, he's training hard. Baby Brains waved goodbye to Mr. and Mrs. Brains and blasted off into space. Look at him saying bye. Everyone in the world held their breaths as they watched Baby Brains take his first spacewalk. Tell us how you feel on this special occasion, radioed ground control. Baby Brains looked up at the vast starlit sky above him. Look, he's looking up. He looked down at the vast starlit sky below him. He looked at the whole world in front of him and mumbled something. Mumbled is one of your vocabulary words, and mumbled means to speak in an unclear voice, so they couldn't understand what he was saying. We can't quite hear you, radioed ground control. Could you repeat that? I want my mommy, wailed Baby Brains. Oh, look, you crying. I want mommy. That's enough, Mrs. Brains yelled to the space controller. Bring my baby home right now. Look at Mommy and Daddy. They're worried for their baby. Baby Brains was flown home as quickly as possible. He felt very embarrassed as he stepped down from the hatch. Look at him, he's walking down. Oh, look at his cheeks, he's blushing. Like, oh no, this is embarrassing. Embarrassed, there's one of your vocabulary words. Embarrassed means a feeling you have for doing something wrong or something silly. Baby Brains here felt embarrassed. But through the crowd of photographers and cameramen, Mrs. Brains came running. She look at her, she's running for her baby, and he has his hands out to Mommy. She's like, my baby. Our beautiful little baby, sighed Mrs. Brains as she lifted him high into the air. Our brave little baby, said Mr. Brains. Can we go home? Asked Baby Brains. Can we go home, Mommy? At home, Mrs. Brains gave Baby Brains a warm bath, which made him feel a lot better. Mr. Brains tickled him, which made him laugh. And Mrs. Brains sang Baby Brains to sleep. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. Then they gently laid him down in the brand new crib. It was good to have their baby home again. Our very own Baby Brains, whispered Mrs. Brains. From that day on, Baby Brains spent most of his time at home doing the things that most babies do, except that is on weekends, when he still liked to help out at the local hospital. Oh, look at him. He's a smart little boy. He's doing an operation. The end. Bye-bye, kindergarten.